I came to understand that in this community, there's a place for everyone.
We could have never imagined that people would gravitate to this product and the community around it.
The community had this energy, this like vibrancy that I had never seen before with any product.
It's all around us. This thing called community. When SharePoint was just a twinkle in someone's eye, we were already building from and with all that had come before to make a community that welcomes everyone, that has a place for everyone, and that has given rise to so many careers and opportunities. Our community continues growing today, more important than ever, with so many people coming together, because you see, community can be defined by anything. Community is defined by the people in it. What matters is the sense of connection, of purpose, of working on something that's bigger than yourself. We're going to lean in and hear a little bit about the SharePoint community from the people who built it and the people who built the product that started it all. What they built was so much more than code.
Of course, it's obvious when you see a great team. It is the people. And we built a good team at the beginning, but you don't know until you're in the trenches with people. And then you go out in the world and talk to customers, and because you were just talking about the SharePoint conference where we met when you were a customer and you came in on the inside of Microsoft. We could have never imagined that people would gravitate to this product and the community around it.
It seemed to draw people in. They became excited by the possibilities of being involved with kind of changing the world with this product that kind of is a pretty humble product, but it was just so valuable. You could do so much with it. It was so malleable. And the community really bonded around that idea.
Think about your favorite community, whether that's tech or a sports team or whatever type of community you like. The bottoms-up groundswell energy is where the best communities are formed.
I think everybody has an origin story that starts with SharePoint Saturday.
SharePoint Saturday was the very first time that I realized how big the product had become and the amazing community that has basically built themselves around it.
I held the very first SharePoint Saturday in Virginia Beach, Virginia in January of 2009.
The economy wasn't doing well, and a handful of us wanted to give back and pay it forward to share our knowledge around SharePoint. And boy, little did we realize that became a whole phenomenon.
There were already user groups and people would meet up and talk and what have you, but this was a different thing. This was like this one-day technical training that always happened on a Saturday. And I told my friends, nobody's gonna come out on a Saturday. People have kids, they have things to do. Nobody's gonna do that. Oh my goodness, how wrong I was.
We put the event out there and just kind of saw what would be the interest. The interest became immediate and almost overwhelming.
The company that I was working for at the time didn't really have a training budget, if you will. So I really needed to figure out how to do things on my own.
I did 18 SharePoint Saturdays in 1 year.
We ran until 2020 when SharePoint Saturday felt like it had met its requirements and started winding down and was replaced with other community events. And also a pandemic came along.
SharePoint Saturday became like this big global community event where on Saturdays for free, we got volunteer organizers, volunteer speakers, and through that, this bond of people got together really with the intent of sharing knowledge and learning from each other.
I would love them because they were charming. They were not these big fancy production value things. It was like card tables in the local community college.
On a weekday, my boss told me to go, or I want to take off from work, I'll go to this. Whereas a Saturday, you're giving up your own personal time. Looking back now, it was actually a good decision because the people that came and engaged are committed.
You'll see full SharePoint Saturdays planned from the morning all the way into evening parties centered around a single product. How often do you see that in the industry even today?
I said, a bunch of nerds nerding on a Saturday. That's so interesting. I'd never heard of it. This is my first time. Here I am, 22 years old, first job, Seattle, Washington, went to SharePoint Saturday, and I made a humongous group of friends back in 2003. I'm still friends with today.
There's the SharePoint Saturday, And then, but we would always gather after the event. Let's go grab drinks. Let's go grab dinner. And that coined the term SharePint. And the idea was just to get people to lighten the load, network, have a good time.
You'd see it in the happy hour after the SharePoint Saturdays. SharePint. Sometimes people came in as groups, but it would be fun when somebody met somebody new.
Just coming together and having conversations and learning from each other and exchanging best practices. It is just, there's no other community that I know that's like that.
What I've seen over the years is that SharePoint has brought out passion in people like we've never seen a product do.
Between 2001 and 2003, we were creating, what's the brand outward? And that Accelerate with SharePoint was that big piece outward. And so we started having events. We started doing presence at things like Tech Ed and Worldwide Partner Conference and IT Forum and all these names that you're like, what? And they're now Ignite and Build, the one words. We were having fun, And I think all of these people that started building on this platform started showing up. People started coming to these events and saying, oh, this is cool. Oh, wait, this is fun. I want a Ferrari t-shirt. I want a Matchbox car that says SharePoint on it.
One of the things people may not know about us, which I'm going to be honest, I don't even understand myself. SharePoint socks are very important and they're like a currency.
My favorite piece of swag has got to be the socks.
Those socks, something about SharePoint socks.
SharePoint socks, OneDrive socks, socks from so many of the conferences.
I have many times worn one SharePoint modern teal and one SharePoint classic blue.
I like the SharePoint pig. Have you heard of a SharePoint pig? That's the OG one.
I'm probably not going to be very original in this because I hate it, but I love it, is the SharePoint monkey.
The screaming monkeys were by far the scariest of the swag. I mean, talk about merch that kind of leaves you with impressions you can never get rid of. I think we gave them away at a SharePoint conference and they never would go away. You basically shot them out like slingshots, but as they went, they would like make this screaming noise.
They can become highly annoying when you give them out to 11,000 people at a conference.
It actually even used to be a rallying cry. When we were getting ready for a conference, all of a sudden the SharePoint monkey materializes and goes screaming down the hallways. No sooner do you hear that scream, do you wish that you need to go get it and hide it again.
My very first public-facing event, representing anything in SharePoint, was the first SharePoint conference in 2006. I was invited to come and talk about how we run search in the SSP. And I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. I was kind of in my head thinking, 40, 50 people in the room, whatever. Much to my surprise, as a reasonably shy guy at the time, I arrived and our room was in the keynote room. And let's just say I don't remember most of it. Now that said, it was my entry into the world of talking to customers at scale.
9 years ago, I came over from like a consumer software background. And like in the first 3 months, it was Jeff and other leaders in the companies like, you need to go talk to customers.
I really learned that it was important to build a relationship first and to be a person and a human first, and then worry about the product second.
It's a unique culture in SharePoint that is, you show up, you talk to customers, you listen to their problems, and you basically co-build together on how to solve it.
And it wasn't until we hit like 2015, 2016, when Microsoft was hosting SharePoint and SharePoint Online, and really got to see how customers were really trying to customize things and extend them. That started a lot of conversations. It allowed us to have this shared contract, which is the SharePoint framework, the way I see it today, of Microsoft saying, okay, here are the places that you can customize and extend it. As long as you do that, we can continue to work and innovate, and you can continue to deliver solutions for your customers. And then where it's more like we're working as a team.
It's this kind of like magical interchange between building a thing that we really hand off to our community and they finish it and assemble it. And sometimes in the most amazing ways we never thought possible.
You have a spark of an idea and you connect with somebody else in the community that kind of shares the same spark of an idea, and you kind of work through exactly how to bring it to fruition.
At every community event, no matter where I'm speaking and no matter who's organizing it, what stands out for me is when someone asks me a question to challenge either what I'm thinking or ask me if something is possible.
I remember being in the community conversations, like going to, I think it was Tech Ed 2007, and talking to customers and realizing there's something to be shared. There's learning that's important to be had here. I felt privileged to be in a position to say, you know what, here's how we did it. It may not work perfectly the same way for you, but here's some things to think about that we learned along the way.
People find different ways to use technology and different products in ways that, even the manufacturer don't always consider.
The creativity of our community has just blown me away in the last 9 years.
One thing I particularly love about SharePoint is the way we do get to know our customers and our community, that there are real people using our product.
I really feel like we have allies in our community who want the platform and the product to be successful, but also are willing to push the product teams and really say, hey, here's where you really need to drive improvements and drive innovation.
From a community perspective, what I hope always continues is the constant feedback.
When a customer tells us this thing doesn't work for us and we actually do something about it, that builds trust.
I consider it such a gift. We have no way of knowing everybody's use case with SharePoint. It's such a broad product.
It's just such an incredible flywheel for us to deeply understand customers better and understand our community and developer needs better.
I have been working on SharePoint for about 1.5 years, which is baby years compared to a lot of the people in the community. What really stands out to me in the community is just how friendly and approachable everyone is, despite the depth of experience that they have.
I just have such respect for our community members and the depth of the knowledge that our community members have about the product. And I'll say that it's humbling because sometimes I am at a community event and I'm getting asked questions about the product that I cannot answer because there's people in the community who know the product better than I do.
I love getting schooled by people who work in finance or legal operations, government, education, all these things, who say, y'all are talking about blah, 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 but do you know our things are locked down so hard, we cannot build an app on this data because we are not allowed to do X, Y, and Z. We're like, oh, did not know that.
This technology is not easy. You can go to a training class and you can get the base knowledge, but then how do you actually apply it? And how are you applying this technology? How can I learn from you? And that's where things really started getting really interesting.
One of the things that I did is with the research team and also with all of our partners, and started actually with a lot of our MVPs and folks in the SharePoint community, was interviewing them and having a conversation about their expertise around the product and so on, then interviewing people internally and getting their expertise around the product, and then going out to the world and creating this incredible, very deep conversation with customers around the world. From that, we wrote a book of empathy for our customers. And the SharePoint modernization of 2016 that we talk about, all that UX change follows very much that book.
I think what's great about these kinds of sessions is hearing validation for some of the things that we try to represent internally, getting new perspectives on some of the same challenges we have.
It's really been a testament to not just the amazing product, but the people behind it and the community behind it. And that's really what's taken us forward and into things like Teams and all the other things that we now have. A lot of that is because we have such a strong community.
I feel inspired when I meet with the community, like I can do more.
And I think when we're at our best, it's co-produced with our customers. It's not change happening to them. And God forbid, it's us forcing change on them. It is co-developing the future together. The last thing we want is for folks to feel like things are happening to them. If it's AI or the rise of design in our product engineering processes, we want to give people a sense of the future, allow them to feel safe as they experiment with it, and really co-develop. And so they feel like it's something they're contributing to.
The community is a driving force always, especially our Microsoft most valuable professionals, our MVPs. They're the ones that are saying, will you fix this? Or I love this. Let's do more of that.
I see this like with all honesty. I think like our MVPs know our product better than we do. They've lived the journey over the past 2 decades, right? Like they've built their businesses and their livelihoods on the product.
So what I want every MVP to feel like is that they have equity in the success of our product, and because they've given deep feedback around it. They're sort of the rock stars of our community. They're the anchor of our community. And some of the best features, some of the best improvements we've ever made came from the MVP staring us in the eye and saying, hey, you didn't get it quite right. You got to rethink this.
It's continuing the grand tradition of giving feedback, of building on top of something that you care about and that you're passionate about. And people want to make things better for other people.
Honestly, I feel very lucky to not just work with very cool people building product, but also working with customers who I've nurtured great friendships with many of them, because we are all in this industry together. We're all building on this product platform. As we all hear Jeff Teeper say, it's one of the best communities in the business, and I agree.
It's the kind of community where you can really be yourself. I think it's a very forgiving and accepting community.
It used to be a very dev-centric community, and now it is so much broader.
Not all of them were administrators, not all of them were architects, not all of them were developers, so we had to have something for kind of everyone.
That's one of the reasons I love it so much. You can talk about user experience, you can talk about deep code, you can talk about solution building, you can talk about infrastructure, integration, whatever it is you want to talk about, the way you want to talk about it, there's a place.
It's not just a community that exists in, a small pocket of the world. It's a community that's global in nature. So it's amazing to be able to see how it's transcended, borders, cultures, language.
You saw the impact of this thing, this product that had brought us together, and you saw how it captured people's imagination. You always want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, and you felt like that. You felt like that whether or not you were part of the Microsoft team.
As a product maker, that's a gift.
Yeah.
Every product maker hopes to have something that has that kind of fan following.
And you can't force it.
No, it just has to happen.
It has to be organic.
This phenomenon never happened in any other technology at Microsoft, nor in the industry, frankly.
We built this thing, and lo and behold, these people have made their careers on it. That's where you find the truth. Not in the big executive boardrooms, strategic AI, cloud transitions. We have to do that. The truth is in some SharePoint Saturday in Nashville, when somebody of their own volition, nobody made them, they chose to give up their Saturday to go learn about SharePoint.
I think that one of the things that was the most rewarding from the community side of it is that I've made friends around the world that I probably would not have connected with had I not been in this business.
I always tell people, I have my SharePoint friends, and then I have my regular friends, and then I have my SharePoint friends who are my regular friends. They're the people I reach out to when I have life challenges, work challenges. Our community is just so incredible. And I also feel it's very inviting.
I got to be somewhere that nobody made me be less than who I was. Nobody made me fit into a box. People welcomed my perspective and the fact that I was a bit of a unicorn and I had a theater background and tech was my day job when I was a dancer, and all that stuff was cool. And so I really found my people. And I don't think I'd ever really found them before that.
The place for me where it all would come together is the SharePoint conferences that we used to run, where we would bring the entire community together. That meant that it was the folks who were building the product, the people who were selling the product, the people who were making it work and implementing. It was this really unique energy.
It always started with thank you to the best community in tech, big shout out. And then it was really, really funny.
I was kind of the architect of those conferences, and several times, I put Jeff Teeper in crazy suits, bird suits, if I remember, or something like that on a stage.
This is not a tech conference, like a work corporate tech conference. This is the yearly family reunion you nerds have. And I am so lucky to be auntie and witness this.
This SharePoint community turned into a family very quickly because you're taking time away from your life to be at an event, right? And to build a business, to do all of these things. And so you kept seeing the same people.
It's really nice when, you get accepted no matter really how you are, as long as you're, of course, open, honest, and caring. And of course, as our friend Vesa Yvonen would say, sharing is caring. And I think if you don't share, what's the point?
It's all about networking, getting those connections, having discussions and understanding what other people are doing, and learning from the other people. I think everybody is on that same journey.
Not only does that shape what we build, but also it's gratifying and validating to find out what we have built for them. They love and are using it.
For me, it's about all the people.
People is the most important part of SharePoint.
It's left an impact on people. People have built careers around SharePoint.
It's all how people use technology. How do they get what they want from the product? How do they use it to take them where they want to go?
I can't really think of another product that has had that kind of human impact.
I think it'll just be more relevant and important as people are going to take advantage of AI in their day-to-day work.
And we figure out how to translate it so that regular people are able to leverage it to do whatever their job is and be more efficient.
Are users being able to state what they'd like to get done using just like natural language?
I don't need to go learn the perfect syntax. I need to actually use English as my coding language and get there, whether it's doing a strategy doc, whether it's building a SharePoint site, or whether it's actually critiquing some of my ideas.
I really see kind of AI as partly a bridge to helping people really take advantage of what SharePoint has to offer now. And then on the back half of that, really starting to advance the capabilities of the platform itself.
One of the things that we see with AI is it actually has driven people to crave and really seek out human connection and more real life connection with people, whether that be virtual or in person.
The AI itself cannot solve the business problem because it doesn't know the business problem. It doesn't know the objective of the scenario. It can write code, but you still need to explain what the code should be doing. And then you get that from AI.
The only barrier to the use of AI is imagination. And when I think about the value of community in that era is where else are we going to share our imagination for what you could possibly do? And one person's idea builds on another person's idea.
We're in the space of the cutting edge technology, AI, cloud, SharePoint. I think anybody in this industry should always think about how we give back, how we pay it forward.
What we do matters so much. It's that they're not tools. They help people do real things in the real world.
Everything we do as technologists, no matter what your role is about the people we serve. That, in and of itself, is what's meaningful.
We want people to understand that that's the power of technology. That's the power of something like SharePoint that is backed by an ecosystem and community. And so I try to do my job to make sure as our organization expands across the globe, gets larger, that we keep that ethos of SharePoint community. It's not just about the code we write, it's about everything around it.
The community has been incredibly important to me personally. It's been instrumental in my personal career and just in how I feel about what I do every day.
Why do I stay in this? Because I love working with the people I do. I love engaging with the community that we have. Working with a good group of people makes all the difference.
It's really about the people that brings us together.
Like we've been talking about, this is about human beings building things with other human beings.
And I've traveled the world. I have gorgeous friends. It's amazing. SharePoint is amazing. And it's a family, and it's given me a 25-year career, for goodness sakes.
If you could have asked me, all that time ago, if I would be able to be sitting here interviewing you on the 25th birthday of this product, I would have told you you're crazy. I think it's a privilege. SharePoint changed my life and gave me the opportunity to live up to a capability that I didn't even know I possessed. And so a lot of that opportunity comes from you believing in me and all of the crazy ideas I come to you with. And I appreciate that more than you probably will ever know.
We built the product for you. I am very excited and proud and grateful for everybody who's part of this journey, and particularly you, Caruana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you.
Regardless of what happens within the next 25 years within the SharePoint and the technical innovation and AI and technology and everything else, I think that the real connections happen in a human level. So I'm looking forward on whatever happens within 25 years and hopefully being there at that time as well in 2051 and still having that human-to-human connectivity and discussions with other people in the community.
It's an experience I try so hard to get as many people here to have as possible because there's nothing like it.
You will learn more. There's demos and discussions and forums and that engagement with other people who are also in this journey, and learning from those engagements and networking is a super important thing.
I think the community is more relevant than ever in the age of AI. I think AI can give you answers to questions, but it can't always help you frame the questions.
We have infinite ideas. We're super excited about the possible, and we need some help from the community to really help us narrow in on what's important right now, what's going to be the most impactful.
This is the best time to be a member of the SharePoint community. It's just incredibly exciting. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. There's so much to take advantage of. There's so much to connect to. I'm incredibly excited about what this brings for our customers and our community all up.
I really want new voices in the community, both from technology, development, but also in other areas, so that we can have a bigger and broader base of people that are sharing their skills, that are speaking at conferences, that are more diverse.
That's what's the most important to me, that it continues, that people are still getting FaceTime face-to-face in front of people. They're still traveling to different locations, still getting that personal level of satisfaction and exposure. That's, in my opinion, from the SharePoint community side of things, that's the real legacy.
You can do this. You can be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Bring your colleagues along, make new friends, have fun. Find your voice, learn more things, secure your future. The community isn't exclusive, it's inclusive. There's a place for you in everything that's here and everything that's coming next. We want you to be a part of the Microsoft community. All you have to do is show up, online or in person, share your story, or just listen. Answer a question, post a blog, or just get your bearings. It doesn't matter what you do or who you are, there's a place for you here. So what will you do next? Join us in the community and let's find out together.
SharePoint 25, KG interview, take one.
Yeah, I've got time. Yeah, do you want me to just talk about screaming monkeys? Okay.
Oh, you're going to be good at this. So you're really giving me the treatment. I see how we're rolling now.
That was a really long answer, though.
That was a great answer.
Yeah, there you go.
I was just trying to hold it in while he was talking.
I need that espresso shot I just took to kick in. I need a beach vacation.
Uh-oh. Where am I looking, like the top of the camera or just right in the middle? All right.
Do I need to say happy birthday, SharePoint?
We should do like the Max Headroom thing. Happy birthday, SharePoint.
Happy 25th birthday, SharePoint.
Happy something.
SharePoint， 谢谢你给我们所有的一切，生日快乐。
That one okay.
There you go. Boom. And 302. Bam. On time, dude. That was awesome.